All right, we're keeping track of this Facebook outage. You did get a note from a listener. Hey, Facebook is back up online, and I saw that note. Tried Facebook, didn't work. Tried it again a few minutes later. It is now back up for me, at least on desktop, and just tried to load up Instagram, and the feed is not refreshing. So Meta, the entire company, is seeing some woes this morning. The company is reacting and confirming that a whole bunch of their products are seeing outages this morning. Let's bring David Heurtel into the conversation. He's hosting Montreal Now this week, and he's on the line. Hi, David.
Hey, Elias.
So just on that front, let me mix two stories all together because I'm checking to see if Instagram is working because of this outage. So I open up the app, and it loads up a post from yesterday because it cannot refresh the feed. And one of the posts it loaded up for me was a post from Just for Laughs about shows that they're putting on. The comedian Mateo Lane, who's fantastic. I've seen him once before at a previous JFL. He's doing shows in March at the Olympia. And the post was about how they added a fourth show. So 3 sold out shows. They're adding a fourth show. So I see these shows being done by Just for Laughs that are selling out. And then you hear that the festival is filing for creditor protection. Boy, is it awfully disappointing. David, what's your reaction?
Well, it's very disappointing to hear. Obviously, right now I'm thinking about the people who work at Just for Laughs, the staff. I worked there for 7 years. It's very troubling to see such a great Montreal institution, a pioneer. I mean, we forget today, but back in the early 80s, there wasn't any comedy festivals anywhere in the world, and even it was so new, Elias, that theaters were closed throughout the summer. There were no shows, there were no plays, right? Because the seasons were, of course, in the fall and in the winter, and a lot of venues were just closed during the entire summer.
Yeah.
And so Just for Laughs, just like the Jazz Festival, created this market and created this entire industry. So to see that go down so quickly like this, it's very sad to see.
David, is this another example? And by the way, I knew that you worked at Just for Laughs, and it skipped my mind. But of course, you worked there for so many years. Do you think this is going to be one of those things where it's going to require governments throwing tons of money and more grant money and that kind of thing? Because it's not just for Laughs. We've heard the murmurs from other festivals saying inflation's killing us. The grant money and all the funds we get has not gone up. We're dying here. Is this going to require a bailouts?
I really am not sure that this can even be solved by a bailout, Elias, because we're talking about the structural model of the economy of these festivals.
Yeah.
We think about the live shows, but one of the main revenue flows for these festivals are the conventional TV revenues. And these have dried up. Throughout the year, you see Just for Laughs shows on regular conventional television.
CBC all the time, right? Yeah.
Well, so just like media, we've seen it with our parent company, Bell Media, TVA, everybody's suffering from the transformation of media. You understand that the budgets to buy these programs has also dried up. So the revenue streams have diminished greatly. So it's like, for example, hockey or sports revenues, Elias, it's not the gate that is your primary source of revenue.
Yeah.
It's the TV contracts. That's where the big money is. So that is shifting, and you have these juggernauts like Netflix that have created their own comedy platforms and their own comedy festivals and their own content streams. So they're not dependent on the Just for Laughs of the world anymore, and same thing for streaming online.
The Netflix is a Joke Festival in Los Angeles. It's, I say it because I still feel it. I still want to believe it. JFL, biggest comedy festival in the world. And of course, Netflix isn't doing it every year. So I'll keep that moniker for JFL because it's once every 3 years that Netflix has been doing it. But it's hard not to say that is such a huge festival right now. And you wonder that dynamic as well.
Absolutely.